To escape from prison I did one thing every day: get close to the guards and stare hard at the keys on their waists, because I needed to make wooden copies of them. After endless effort, I finally managed to replicate all the keys to the prison gates. The next day I told my companions the news. To make sure the escape went smoothly, we decided to do a trial run that very night. I put a dummy made of pillows on my bed. When the guards turned on music, I quietly unlocked the cell door to avoid making noise. We walked barefoot and made our way down to the iron gate. We tried the keys one by one. My palms were soaked with sweat from nerves. At last the door opened, but just then we heard footsteps coming. I quickly locked the door again. We hid inside a storage room. Unfortunately, the storage room lock was broken. I had to use my fingers to pinch and hold the screw in place. The guard paced right outside. We didn't move a muscle, barely even breathe, until he finally went upstairs. Only then did we slip out of the storage room. From that point on, every time I unlocked a door, I marked the matching key. At that very moment a guard was checking my room. Luckily the lights were too dim. He didn't notice the dummy in the bed. The next day, I heard one of my companions had been executed. I knew we didn't have much time left, so I decided we'd escape that day. I gathered everyone hoping they'd come with me, but an old prisoner refused. He'd long gotten used to prison life, and knew failure meant death. He didn't want to risk it with me. The others backed down too. In the end, only 3 of us chose to go. We changed into the civilian clothes we'd hidden. Just as we were about to set off, a guard came for another room check. We quickly pulled back and hid again. In the storage room I squeezed the screw tight. At that critical moment, the old prisoner shouted loudly, successfully luring the guard upstairs. We rushed out of the storage room, unlocked several doors in a hurry. When we reached the final gate, we hugged each other in excitement, but when we tried to unlock it, none of the keys worked. Panicked Mark noticed the door was wooden, so he smashed it with all his strength. We had no choice but to bet everything on this. As Mark picked up speed, my heart raced with him. 10 minutes later the lock finally broke open. We quickly put on our disguises. On the road, we pretended to stay calm to avoid drawing attention. Every step was filled with tension, but we finally got into a taxi and headed for another city. Back in the prison, as the guard woke up the inmates one by one, he got no answer. When he reached my bed, he walked closer only to find a dummy lying there. At that moment, the old prisoner burst out laughing in his cell. He couldn't believe we'd actually done it, but also regretted not coming with us.